starting with 1 million luck points. Chapter 281, Bold. Zhou Hao did not say anything. He had already grabbed a rare level energy bar and began to recover. His strength was very powerful, and the consumption of essence energy was naturally very large. He was also looking forward to the following battle. This was also the first time he was going to the spatial rift. He had to be prepared. Thinking of the upcoming battle in the spatial rift, many martial artists gradually calmed down and began to feel somewhat nervous. This was the first time they were going into the spatial rift. There were definitely many unknown dangers inside. No one knew what the final outcome would be. Are you afraid? At some point in time, Ling Shuiying had already appeared beside Zhou Hao. Although Heavenly King Zhu was holding down the fort here, according to the agreement between the human experts and the foreign race experts, Zhu Zhao was not allowed to attack. If the human heaven realm experts were to kill the foreign race experts in the foreign race's training grounds, then the many foreign race heaven realm experts would also rush out of the spatial rift to begin killing the humans. At that time, the situation would become even more serious. No. Zhou Hao told the truth. It was not as if he was unaware of the situation in the spatial rift. In addition, although he had not stepped into the heaven realm yet, he was still a quasi-heaven realm martial artist above the peak of the supernatural level. It was even to the extent that among the many quasi-heaven realm martial artists, he was a powerful existence ranked at the top. Without a doubt, the spatial rift was definitely very dangerous, but that was only the depths of the spatial rift. Under normal circumstances, supernatural experts could already move freely at the edge of the spatial rift and the outer area. You sure are bold. Ling Shuiying curled her lips and said. In fact, she had never entered the spatial rift before. Many martial artists would enter the spatial rift to continue cultivating when they cultivated to the 8th grade or 9th grade supernatural level. However, she was not such a martial artist. Because she was born in the Ling family, she relied on the cultivation resources of the Ling family all the way to cultivate to the quasi-heaven realm outside the spatial rift. Thinking of this, Ling Shuiying could not help but look at Zhou Hao in admiration. She was the direct daughter of the Ling family and was doted on and protected. Since she started cultivating, she did not lack cultivation resources at all. But according to her knowledge, Zhou Hao was only an itinerant cultivator. It was already very heaven-defying for an itinerant cultivator to cultivate to the quasi-heaven realm. Moreover, Zhou Hao was an expert among many quasi-heaven realm martial artists. Hearing Ling Shuiying's words, Zhou Hao stopped what he was doing. Does that mean you're afraid? Zhou Hao smiled and asked Ling Shuiying. He had already known Ling Shuiying for a while, but their meetings were always sudden and short. After all, on the battlefield, no one had the mood to chat when their lives were at stake. Me? Ling Shuiying rolled her eyes at Zhou Hao and continued, do you think someone like me would be afraid? Although she said that, Ling Shuiying was still a little afraid. Outside the spatial rift, the quasi-heaven realm was already the ceiling of combat strength. Generally speaking, it was impossible for foreign race heaven realm experts to appear outside the spatial rift. However, it was hard to say after they entered the spatial rift. The spatial rift was the territory of the foreign races. Anything could happen there. Once they encountered a foreign race heaven realm expert, they wouldn't even have the chance to escape before being directly killed. You don't have to be afraid. Just stay close to me. Zhou Hao had actually already seen through Ling Shuiying's bluff, but he did not expose her. Even quasi-heaven realm experts were still humans and humans would naturally feel fear. This was all very normal. The situation in the spatial rift was constantly changing. No one knew what they would encounter after entering. However, if they could set up an energy barrier at the entrance of the spatial rift, then the subsequent defense would be very easy. After all, the entrance to the spatial rift was only so big. If an energy barrier was set up at the entrance of the spatial rift, it would undoubtedly completely cut off the foreign race's throats. It could have the effect of holding back 10,000 enemies alone. Zhou Hao and Ling Shuiying did not chat much before the time for everyone to enter the spatial rift quietly arrived. Some supernatural martial artists had very calm expressions. To them, entering the spatial rift had long been fate's arrangement. Of course, there were also some supernatural martial artists who had worried expressions. After all, they were only supernatural experts, and some of them were even supernatural martial artists at the 5th grade. With their strength, they were definitely an expert outside the spatial rift. However, after entering the spatial rift, their strength might prove to be insufficient. There were also some martial artists like Zhou Hao who were somewhat expectant and wanted to explore the differences in the spatial rifts. Zhu Zhao naturally saw everyone's expressions. Chapter 282, Quasi Heaven Realm Foreign Race Being. Looking at the people in front of him, Zhu Zhao could not help but come to a realization. He seemed to be thinking of the past when he first entered the spatial rift. Salute! At this moment, a guard officer shouted. Immediately, all the guards saluted Zhou Hao and the other martial artists who were about to enter the spatial rift. They were about to enter the spatial rift. As the other martial artists were still hesitating, Zhou Hao was the first to leave. He did not want to show off or anything. He just wanted to enter and experience this spatial rift properly and kill as many foreign races as possible to obtain luck points. As expected of President Zhou. President Zhou is peerless and bold. Seeing Zhou Hao take the lead and charge towards the spatial rift, the martial artists behind seemed to have been given a boost in confidence. If they succeeded this time, the pressure on Huaxia's defense would be greatly reduced. Under the gazes of the martial artists and students, Zhou Hao had already approached the edge of the spatial rift. Zhou Hao had also entered this spatial rift before. Compared to the previous 7th spatial rift, this 13th spatial rift seemed to be much calmer. He did not sense any powerful aura or danger here. After stopping for a moment, Zhou Hao entered the mysterious spatial rift under everyone's gazes. At this moment, the soldiers saluted Zhou Hao again. No one knew what would happen after Zhou Hao went in. Zhou Hao was definitely qualified to be the president of the Supernatural Council. He would always take the lead in times of danger. Of course, they did not know that the reason why Zhou Hao was in such a hurry to enter was because he wanted to kill more foreign races to earn luck points. Otherwise, if these foreign races were killed by other supernatural experts, his losses would be really not small. After entering the spatial rift, a desolate and silent aura surged towards them. In an instant, countless foreign races pounced over. Get lost! As the foreign races pounced over, Zhou Hao snorted and the silver lightning spear in his hand emitted countless cold-killing intent. These foreign races were like moths to a flame as they were constantly killed by him. It could be said that he alone could hold back 10,000 enemies. This time, Zhou Hao killed to his heart's content. With every breath, his luck points soared. When they were outside the spatial rift, the foreign races were too dispersed. However, because most of the foreign races wanted to leave the spatial rift, the foreign races were all gathered together at this moment. It was precisely because there were too many foreign races gathered around that Zhou Hao was able to kill a large number of foreign races with a single move. Therefore, his luck points kept increasing. Zhou Hao did not delay at the entrance. He directly held his spear and kept charging forward. He directly killed his way into the 13th spatial rift. Although everyone had long known that Zhou Hao was very powerful, they were still very shocked when they saw Zhou Hao forcefully kill a way out of the foreign races. It was as if Zhou Hao could constantly change their understanding and surprise them. After Zhou Hao, Ling Shuiying, and the others, as well as the other supernatural experts, entered the spatial rift one after another to fight the foreign races in the spatial rift. After the two sides fought, many martial artists felt that the situation was not good. The same foreign races were actually stronger in the spatial rift. Therefore, Zhou Hao's invincible figure shocked everyone even more. As the supernatural martial artists killed their way into the spatial rift and forced back the foreign races, the researchers from the Green Cloud Division also entered the spatial rift and began to set up an energy barrier. Zhou Hao had been very valiant in the outside world previously, so he naturally did not disappoint everyone now. At this moment, Zhou Hao was still charging at the front, forcing the foreign races to retreat step by step. Until at a certain moment, a deafening roar sounded. All the martial artists' hearts trembled. Roar! When this roar sounded, the few supernatural experts closest to it felt their heads buzz before they fell to the ground. Heaven Realm. Sensing the incomparably oppressive and terrifying aura, the surrounding supernatural experts revealed extremely fearful gazes. No matter what, a Heaven Realm expert should not have participated in a battle of this level. Not Heaven Realm, but it's already incomparably close to Heaven Realm. Some experienced supernatural experts revealed bitter expressions. It seemed that it was indeed not easy to move the battlefield to the other side of the spatial rift. Chapter 283, Looks like we can only fight. Not good. The supernatural experts of the younger generation had never fought with such a powerful quasi-heaven realm expert before and did not know just how powerful it was. However, the supernatural experts of the older generation had indeed experienced it deeply. Every time they fought with such a powerful quasi-heaven realm foreign race, it meant huge casualties. As expected, after the beast roar sounded, a red gold flame lion the size of a small mountain jumped over from afar. Several supernatural experts who were still fighting the foreign races in midair were sent flying like birds with broken wings under its slap. Let's attack together. After seeing that the foreign race expert this time was the red gold flame lion, most of the martial artists did not completely despair. Although the red gold flame lion was powerful, the humans still had a lot of supernatural experts and were definitely not to be trifled with. In an instant, many martial artists attacked the red gold flame lion. However, facing everyone's attacks, there was only deep ridicule in the red gold flame lion's eyes. Their attacks could only be used to deal with ordinary supernatural level foreign races. Facing a quasi-heaven realm foreign race, such an attack was simply laughable. Countless attacks exploded on the red gold flame lion's body, but they were like tickles and did not injure it at all. This fellow's powerful and domineering aura was vividly displayed at this moment. Bang! After the red gold flame lion suddenly attacked with its claw, a few lower 5th grade supernatural experts who were unable to dodge in time were directly blasted into a bloody mist and died miserably on the spot. Retreat! Retreat! I should stay as far away from this guy as possible. Seeing their companions who had been fighting side by side previously turn into bloody mist, many martial artists' eyes widened. Everyone looked at the red gold flame lion with eyes filled with anger and hatred. However, after sensing the powerful and terrifying aura of the red gold flame lion, everyone still felt more despair. The red gold flame lion was simply too powerful. Although there had yet to be an all-out battle, many martial artists could already sense how powerful and terrifying the red gold flame lion was. Among the people present, even Zhou Hao was still far inferior to this red golden flame lion. With this red gold flame lion holding down the fort, their operation this time would probably end in failure. Bang! As everyone retreated crazily, the red gold flame lion did not hesitate and directly chased after them. Fortunately, the red gold flame lion did not manage to chase for long before it was stopped by Zhou Hao. You're courting death. Seeing that Zhou Hao actually dared to attack it alone, the red gold flame lion was furious. Then, it directly started fighting Zhou Hao. The red gold flame lion's technique was very powerful and domineering. The moment its aura exploded, endless might spread in all directions. Be careful! President Zhou, be careful! Many supernatural experts shouted. It was not that they did not believe in Zhou Hao's strength, but it was entirely because this red gold flame lion was too terrifying. As the red gold flame lion's claw slammed down, Zhou Hao also punched out. Boom! Suddenly, an extremely terrifying force exploded. Even with Zhou Hao's strength, he was still forced to take 3 steps back. However, this scene was extremely shocking in the eyes of the surrounding martial artists. This red gold flame lion was too powerful. In the previous few attacks, all the martial artists that were attacked by it had died. Among the many martial artists here, no one dared to guarantee that they could withstand a punch from the red gold flame lion. Therefore, when Zhou Hao chose to face the red gold flame lion head-on, many martial artists were shocked. However, to everyone's surprise, Zhou Hao actually received the other party's punch. Although he retreated 3 steps, he was not injured at all. In the distant battle, Ling Shuiying and the other martial artists who were more familiar with Zhou Hao heaved a sigh of relief. This mutated beast is too powerful. Even I might not be able to defeat it head-on. Looks like I can only struggle and find an opportunity to injure him. After thinking for a moment, Zhou Hao made a decision. Immediately, his figure moved quickly and stopped colliding with the red gold flame lion. Chapter 284, Saving People. Bang! An explosion sounded and a huge rock was instantly shattered. This guy is so fast. Zhou Hao kept flying in the air as he pondered how to deal with this red gold flame lion. This red gold flame lion's entire body was shining with golden light and raging flames. It looked majestic and domineering. Suddenly, Zhou Hao had a bold idea. Last time, he had opened 7 rare-level mystery boxes in a row. One of the rare items was called the Beast Control Ring. I wonder if this Beast Control Ring can subdue this guy and make him my mount. Zhou Hao thought as he dodged in the air. Quickly go and help President Zhou. Everyone, be careful. This beast is too powerful. Let's gather our strength and finish this beast first. Let's attack together. As Zhou Hao was thinking to himself, the other peak-level supernatural experts had already decided to gather all their strength and kill this powerful Quasi-Heaven Realm demon beast first. Alright. Hearing the other supernatural martial artists' words, Zhou Hao nodded. His strength was not weak, but it was about the same as this red gold flame lion. However, usually, this Quasi-Heaven Realm demon beast had already activated a portion of its bloodline power. When the red gold flame lion used its bloodline power, he might not be its match. Therefore, he would be more confident with help. Martial artists below the 5th grade of the supernatural level, retreat. Although they needed to gather their strength and take down this red gold flame lion, its strength was still too powerful. In front of it, supernatural experts and low-level 5th grade martial artists were simply like vegetables. I'll restrain it head-on. You guys find an opportunity to attack. A martial artist from the Green Cloud Division roared and took the initiative. It was undoubtedly very dangerous to restrain the red gold flame lion head-on. No need, I'll do it. Zhou Hao did not agree to this suggestion. After beating the red gold flame lion to death, he was prepared to take it as his underling. At its peak, the red gold flame lion might not be able to control its beast control ring. However, it would be much easier when the red gold flame lion was half dead. Yes, President Zhou. The other martial artists naturally would not disobey Zhou Hao's words. Moreover, among them, Zhou Hao was probably the most qualified to make decisions here. Ha! Zhou Hao roared as the essence energy in his body surged. His blood essence surged like a rainbow, like a furnace. Crack! Crack! Waves of explosive sounds sounded out as his physical strength was constantly activated. If I can take this big guy as my mount this time, I'll be able to walk freely in the spatial rift in the future. Zhou Hao thought to himself. Generally speaking, outside the various spatial rifts, most of the foreign race's strength was at most at the peak of the supernatural level, which was the level of a 9th grade supernatural expert. Now, not to mention an elementary level spatial rift like the spatial rift in the 13th spatial rift, such a foreign race expert was even uncommon in high-level spatial rifts. They really did not know if they were unlucky or if something had happened in the spatial rift. They originally wanted to attack from a weak spot, but they ended up encountering a tough nut to crack. However, it was too late for regrets now. Zhou Hao could only grit his teeth and endure. On this side, Zhou Hao was still thinking about how to take this quasi-heaven realm red gold flame lion as his mount. On the other side, Zhu Zhao felt a headache coming up. Heavenly King Zhu, how's the situation inside? A burly man with 3 crisscrossed scars on his face asked anxiously. This burly man was called Situ Lei and was the junior brother of Minister Zhang of the Green Cloud Division. Situ Lei was the same as Zhou Hao. They were both quasi-heaven realm martial artists. However, approximately 16 years ago, after Situ Lei was severely injured, his strength had suffered a huge loss. Even now, he had yet to recover. Situ Lei was like an ant on a hot pan, unable to sit still. He wished he could directly rush in and contribute his strength. Unfortunately, he had been too severely injured back then. Even now, he had only recovered to the strength of a 5th-grade supernatural expert. If he went in now, the chances of him getting killed were the highest. Chapter 285, Joining Forces to Defeat the Enemy. He used to have the greatest hope of breaking through to the Heaven Realm and becoming a Heaven Realm expert. However, after all that had happened, he had fallen behind by quite a lot. Hi! How unlucky! Zhu Zhao kept him in suspense. Perhaps he was used to it. Heavenly King Zhu, why are you still keeping us in suspense at a time like this? Situ Lei was speechless. If not for his serious injuries, he would have entered long ago. It's useless to be anxious. A red gold flame lion appeared in the spatial rift. Its strength has almost reached the peak of the quasi-heaven realm. I'm afraid this operation will be done for. Although Zhu Zhao said this, he did not give the order to retreat. It was not the time to retreat yet. However, if Zhou Hao and the others wanted to deal with this red gold flame lion, they could only rely on luck. Hiss! What? A peak-level quasi-heaven realm red gold flame lion. The eyes of Situ Lei and the others revealed shock and bitterness. He had long expected that this operation would not be easy. Now, it seemed that this operation was not only not easy, but it was even more difficult than he had imagined. In the spatial rift, the battle between Zhou Hao and the others and the red gold flame lion had already reached a climax. Pfft! Not far away, Ling Shuiying felt a weird taste in her throat and spat out a mouthful of blood. After Ling Shuiying spat out blood, the red gold flame lion's claw covered the sky and the earth as it slapped down with countless whines. It was over. At this moment, Ling Shuiying no longer had any hope. Just now, she had been ambushed by another powerful foreign race expert and was now facing the terrifying attack of the red gold flame lion. At this moment, the spirit energy in her body was already very chaotic. Under such circumstances, how could she have the energy to dodge the red gold flame lion's full power slap? Most terrifying of all, there were no supernatural experts around her. By the time the others arrived, she would probably have been slapped into pieces. Swoosh! Just as Ling Shuiying did not do anything, Zhou Hao's figure flashed and instantly arrived from afar. Before Ling Shuiying could react, she felt her body lighten and was carried far away. Are you that careless on the battlefield? Although it was extremely dangerous at this moment, Zhou Hao still joked after saving Ling Shuiying. It's not like you didn't get any benefits. Let go of me. Ling Shuiying felt lucky to have survived the disaster, but she still rolled her eyes at Zhou Hao. Although she had been anxious to save him just now, she still felt that Zhou Hao was doing it on purpose. Why did he have to grab her there? Cough cough. Zhou Hao was also stunned. He was clearly prepared to grab Ling Shuiying's slender waist with one hand and save her. However, at the critical moment, Ling Shuiying was also crazily struggling. Her struggle caused him to directly put one arm around Ling Shuiying's shoulder. However, the slender hand that stretched out from Ling Shuiying's other shoulder touched a soft spot. Cough cough, I was just anxious to save you. Zhou Hao retracted his hand awkwardly. Previously, he had thought that Ling Shuiying wasn't too competent. After today, he finally realized that he had completely underestimated Ling Shuiying. This girl was truly talented and had hidden her strength well. Humph, pervert. Ling Shuiying also felt that Zhou Hao was probably just anxious to save her. But no matter what, Zhou Hao still harassed her. I'm innocent. Zhou Hao felt very wronged. If not for Ling Shuiying moving around, he would not have grabbed the wrong place. Stop talking nonsense. Let's kill this red gold flame lion first. Ling Shuiying was not prepared to say anything else about this matter. She decided to either kill Zhou Hao directly or to ignore this matter. After taking out a medicinal pill and consuming it, Ling Shuiying joined the battle again. High women don't know how to take care of themselves. Zhou Hao sighed and immediately attacked. At the same time, the rare level energy bar in his hand turned to ashes. After bringing Ling Shuiying here just now, he did not waste any time and instead seized the opportunity to recover his essence energy. Fortunately, I have enough rare level energy bars this time. Otherwise, I would be in big trouble. After recovering his essence energy, Zhou Hao also joined the battle again. Previously, he had been suppressing the red gold flame lion head-on, creating many opportunities for the other martial artists. Under the siege of many people, the red gold flame lion had already suffered many injuries. If this continues, it shouldn't be a problem for me to capture this guy. Zhou Hao thought to himself. Chapter 286, Luring the Enemy. On the human martial artists' side, everyone had platinum level energy bars. After their blood essence energy was exhausted, they could quickly rely on the platinum level energy bars to recover their blood essence energy. Although the red gold flame lion was powerful, it did not have any treasures to recover its essence energy. In this way, Zhou Hao felt that the probability of him subduing the other party was already very high. And, get lost. In the battle, the red gold flame lion gradually became very irritable. In the beginning, its goal was very clear, to kill Zhou Hao. However, later on, Zhou Hao did not cause any damage to it. Instead, many supernatural martial artists around it had left many injuries on it that were neither light nor heavy. Just as the red gold flame lion was incomparably furious, Zhou Hao appeared again. The moment it saw Zhou Hao, the already furious red gold flame lion immediately became even more furious. Beast, why aren't you kneeling and begging for mercy? If you dare to show off here, I'll skin you alive later. Zhou Hao continued to provoke this guy. Such demon beasts that could understand human language still had some benefits. Just like now, Zhou Hao could use seemingly harmless but extremely insulting words to anger the red gold flame lion. The more furious this guy was, the easier it was for it to die. And, do you think you can anger me? Even though it was already extremely furious, the red gold flame lion still pretended to be calm as it spoke. It could be seen that although this guy was a demon beast, it was also a little scheming demon beast. President Zhou, try your best to attract this red gold flame lion over. As Zhou Hao and the red gold flame lion fought head-on, a crisp and pleasant voice sounded in his mind. Why? Zhou Hao looked at the entrance of the spatial rift. Standing there was a beautiful woman with grayish-blue long hair in a green cloud division research suit. The person who had sent a mental message to Zhou Hao just now was this graceful beauty. In the past few battles, you destroyed many machine siege machines of the machine race on the battlefield. We cracked and improved some of their technology and developed a type of invincible laser cannon. You guys just need to attract this red gold flame lion so we can have a good shot. As long as it is hit by the divine might laser cannon, even the red gold flame lion will be injured. Lan Ke explained patiently to Zhou Hao. She had never been interested in men and had no patience. However, the mysterious Zhou Hao was an exception. All right. Hearing Lan Ke's words, Zhou Hao was happy. He really did not expect the Green Cloud Research Institute to be so awesome. He still remembered the might of the machine race siege machines. Although the red gold flame lion was currently being crazily attacked by many martial artists, the one it was most interested in was still Zhou Hao. When Zhou Hao pulled the red gold flame lion towards the entrance of the spatial rift, the red gold flame lion did not notice at all. It knew that there was a human heaven realm expert outside the spatial rift. However, it also knew that the human expert did not have the qualifications to participate at all. As for the other humans, they were only ants in his eyes and were nothing to be afraid of. Therefore, the red gold flame lion was not at all alerted by the fact that Zhou Hao was escaping towards the entrance of the spatial rift. Let them retreat gradually. We will find the best opportunity to open fire. Lan Ke had always known that Zhou Hao was not simple, but she did not expect him to do it so easily. Understood. Zhou Hao nodded. As he continued to attract the red gold flame lion, he began to send voice transmissions to the surrounding martial artists, making them gradually retreat. All of you, step back gradually. Don't let it notice you. Since the people in the battlefield were all supernatural experts, it was naturally very easy for them to communicate. After Zhou Hao sent a mental message to everyone, although the supernatural experts did not understand what Zhou Hao was planning to do, they still gradually retreated without leaving any traces. Although the red gold flame lion's attention was on Zhou Hao, it still sensed something abnormal. However, before it could figure it out, it suddenly realized that Zhou Hao, who had been fighting it, had also suddenly retreated. Seeing this, the red gold flame lion immediately realized that something was wrong. Boom! As expected, a ball of blue flames suddenly attacked from afar, like a huge fireball. The speed of this blue laser was extremely fast. Before the red gold flame lion could even know what was happening, a bloody hole had been blasted open on its huge body. At the same time, because the energy was too powerful, the Divine Might laser cannon exploded into pieces after the explosion, injuring several researchers. Zhou Hao ignored Lan Ke and the others and hurriedly rushed towards the red gold flame lion. This was definitely a rare opportunity. Chapter 287, Siege. Roar. After being injured by the Divine Might laser cannon, the red gold flame lion immediately roared angrily. It looked at Zhou Hao, Lan Ke and the others with extreme hatred before escaping. The blast just now was really too terrifying. Its heart was almost shattered into pieces. Stop it! It was not only Zhou Hao. The other martial artists also knew that this was definitely a golden opportunity to kill the red gold flame lion. There were definitely not many powerful foreign races like this even in the foreign race camp. Now that they could kill it today, it would undoubtedly be a huge loss to the foreign race's combat strength. However, a starving camel was still bigger than a horse. Even though the red gold flame lion was currently severely injured, it was still not something these martial artists could stop. Seeing the red gold flame lion on the verge of escaping, everyone felt incomparably regretful. If he killed this powerful demon beast this time, the 13th spatial rift would really be much safer in the future. President Zhou, no. While everyone was feeling regretful, they did not expect Zhou Hao to take the lead and chase after them. Seeing this, everyone shook their heads and sighed. President Zhou is being silly. Some of the supernatural martial artists felt helpless. After all, this was a spatial rift. No one knew what was in the depths of the spatial rift. It was definitely not a wise decision for Zhou Hao to chase after the demon beast now. Come back quickly. Ling Shuiying stomped her foot anxiously. Although she had long known that Zhou Hao was bold, she still felt that it was wrong for him to chase after the opponent. Don't worry, I'll be back soon. Zhou Hao had already chased far away, and his words reached everyone's ears from afar. Although Zhou Hao was the only one chasing after it, the red gold flame lion still did not plan to stop and fight Zhou Hao. It was currently severely injured. If it was careless, it would lose to the cunning human ants. However, Zhou Hao was simply too fast. Even in the spatial rift, he was not affected at all. Where do you think you're going? With a furious roar, Zhou Hao suddenly sped up and blocked in front of the red gold flame lion. At this moment, his iron fist suddenly punched out. Bang! A terrifying explosion sounded, and the red gold flame lion was forced back by Zhou Hao. Then, Zhou Hao's storm-like attacks rained down. The might of the Divine Might laser cannon was really too terrifying. This was a powerful technology that originated from the machine race used to attack cities. Even the red gold flame lion was unable to withstand it. This time, the red gold flame lion was no longer as valiant as before. It was directly beaten to the point of being unable to fight back. Not long after, its huge body fell down. The red gold flame lion's gaze as it looked at Zhou Hao was still filled with hatred. Although it was very injured now, it still had the means to bite Zhou Hao to death if Zhou Hao dared to approach it. Seeing the red gold flame lion descend from the sky, Zhou Hao directly flew towards it. This guy probably has some tricks up his sleeve. Seeing that the red gold flame lion was not panicking at all, Zhou Hao naturally understood that it still had some hidden moves. However, he was not in a hurry at all because he was already holding a beast control ring in his hand. After getting closer to the red gold flame lion, it indeed suddenly attacked, prepared to bite off Zhou Hao's neck. In this short moment, Zhou Hao was even somewhat unable to dodge. Fortunately, the beast control ring in Zhou Hao's hand had already been unleashed. The red gold flame lion originally wanted to bite Zhou Hao to death when he was not prepared. It did not expect Zhou Hao to also have special methods. Ah! As a ball of golden light flashed, a mysterious and endless beast control ring immediately appeared in the red gold flame lion's sea of consciousness. The red gold flame lion was furious and kept trying to force the beast control ring out of its sea of consciousness. This was because it knew that once this item stabilized, it would probably be unable to take it out again. However, its current injuries were too serious, and it was unable to focus all its mental strength. All its efforts seemed to be in vain. And, you're courting death. The red gold flame lion began to fight with Zhou Hao in terms of mental strength. Zhou Hao gritted his teeth, wanting to completely imprint the beast control ring in the red gold flame lion's mind. The red gold flame lion resisted with all its might. However, its current state was becoming weaker and weaker, so its resistance naturally retreated step by step. The red gold flame lion did not want to die, but it also did not want to be controlled by Zhou Hao. If you continue to resist stubbornly and don't treat your injuries in time, you will probably lose your life today. Although Zhou Hao's voice was calm, it was filled with deterrence. In a battle of wits, one had to be crafty. When attacking a city, one had to first deal with its core. Chapter 288, The Red Gold Flame Lion's Memory. After all, this was the depths of the spatial rift. Zhou Hao did not want to stay here for too long. Otherwise, it would be troublesome if the other powerful foreign races were attracted over. Therefore, he had to end the battle quickly. Stop! I can make a deal with you. The red gold flame lion also thought of what Zhou Hao had thought of. However, their thoughts were still somewhat different. The red gold flame lion thought that once the news of its serious injuries spread, there would definitely be many powerful foreign races that would come to take advantage of it. In the foreign races, the law of the jungle had always been vividly displayed. You don't have the right to make a deal with me now. There are only two choices before you. You either submit or die. Zhou Hao did not plan to give the red golden flame lion any hope. He would either completely subdue it or kill it. And, if I choose to sacrifice my life, you will also have to die today. A powerful foreign race being like the red gold flame lion was also not willing to compromise so easily. In this place, it was worried that the other powerful foreign races would come. It believed that Zhou Hao would definitely think of this. It did not dare to delay, and neither did Zhou Hao. Red gold flame lion, you're too stupid. We spent so much effort just to kill you. I'll count to 3. If you don't submit, then you shall die. Zhou Hao really wanted to take the red gold flame lion as a mount, but subduing such a powerful demon beast was clearly not easy. At this moment, their personalities would determine the outcome. 1. 2. By the time Zhou Hao counted to 2 and the red gold flame lion was still indifferent, Zhou Hao was already somewhat disappointed. Since he wasn't able to use it, he might as well get rid of it completely. Wait, if you have any requests, you can make them right now. The red gold flame lion wished it could bite Zhou Hao to death, but it was not capable of doing that at this moment. It could only choose to swallow its anger. Do you not understand what I just said? As soon as Zhou Hao finished speaking, the suppression of the beast control ring on the red gold flame lion began to increase. The red gold flame lion wanted to say something else, but its injuries were too serious and it had consumed too much energy. Due to its mental and physical exhaustion, it directly collapsed to the ground. After the red gold flame lion fainted, Zhou Hao naturally easily left the mark of the beast control ring in the depths of its sea of consciousness. In the future, it would be very easy for Zhou Hao to deal with the red gold flame lion. As long as he triggered with his mind, the beast control ring would explode and the red gold flame lion would die miserably on the spot. Who? In the spatial rift, Zhou Hao shook his somewhat dizzy head. As expected of a quasi-heaven realm demon beast. Even in a heavily injured situation, it still has such powerful mental strength. However, Zhou Hao was even more pleasantly surprised. Under the control of the beast control ring, he now had a telepathic connection with the red gold flame lion. However, what should I do with this guy? After subduing the red gold flame lion, Zhou Hao felt a little awkward. The strength of this mount was indisputable, but because it was too powerful and its body was too huge, he was unable to bring the red gold flame lion out of the spatial rift at all. Soon, Zhou Hao's gaze moved because at this moment, an endless stream of information was transmitted from the beast control ring. Is this information the memories of the red gold flame lion? Zhou Hao could not help but feel happy. This red gold flame lion was not a small fish or prawn, but a powerful quasi-heaven realm demon beast. It definitely had a very deep understanding of the spatial rift. Perhaps he could learn a lot from it. Soon, Zhou Hao learned a lot from the red gold flame lion's memories. So this red gold flame lion is actually still a cub. Seeing this guy's arrogant and cunning personality, he thought that the red gold flame lion was an old fellow. He did not expect it to be just a cub. Based on the lifespan of humans, this red gold flame lion should be around 8 to 9 years old. Zhou Hao did not know whether to laugh or to cry. At the same time, he could not help but worry. If a young beast was already so powerful, how terrifying would the strength of an adult red gold flame lion be? Chapter 289, Unlocking the New Skill of the Beast Control Ring. Retracting his thoughts, Zhou Hao continued to check other information. After checking, he could not help but feel somewhat helpless. It turned out that this red gold flame lion was born with a poor bloodline and was directly abandoned. Therefore, this thing was an abandoned baby and did not know much about the foreign races. After it gradually grew up, its bloodline also gradually awakened. Then, it became the king of this place. Roar! The red gold flame lion did not sleep for long before waking up again. After waking up, it immediately roared in incomparable anger, and then its huge body gradually became smaller. The red gold flame lion's injuries were too serious. At this moment, it was even unable to maintain its huge figure. You can even turn small. Looking at the red gold flame lion that had become the size of a kitten, Zhou Hao's gaze changed. He did not expect it to become so small. Roar! Although its figure had become much smaller, the red gold flame lion was still very fierce. After its figure became smaller, its injuries actually began to slowly heal. However, as its body shrank, its strength also decreased by a lot. What powerful recovery speed! Zhou Hao knew that many demon beasts and insect race beings had good recovery abilities. However, generally speaking, foreign races with powerful self-healing abilities had very ordinary strength. I have some Jade Dew pills here that can help you recover faster. The Jade Dew pill was a high-level item that Zhou Hao had obtained from the mystery box. As soon as he finished speaking, he took out a Jade Dew pill. The appearance of the jade dew pill was very beautiful, looking like a night pearl. Roar! Roar! When Zhou Hao approached it, the red gold flame lion continued to roar. Unfortunately, it was only the size of a kitten now and looked cute and fierce at the same time. With a move of Zhou Hao's mental strength, the beast control ring in the red gold flame lion's sea of consciousness kept releasing fluctuations. Then, the red gold flame lion was suppressed to the point of being unable to move. I can even use the beast control ring to treat your injuries. Zhou Hao had also unlocked the new technique of the beast control ring. That was, he could even treat the red gold flame lion with the beast control ring. To put it simply, the beast control ring was like a medium between him and the red gold flame lion. Soon, he received a response from the red gold flame lion. It was a sound-type secret technique called the violent lion gold shattering roar. Crack! After suppressing the red gold flame lion, the jade dew pill also turned into pieces in Zhou Hao's hand. Immediately after, these fragments turned to dust and were sprinkled on the red gold flame lion's wound. Traces of cool aura quickly filled the red gold flame lion's entire body. With its self-healing ability, the recovery ability of the beast control ring, and the effects of the jade dew pill, the red gold flame lion recovered very quickly. However, the red gold flame lion's gaze was still filled with hatred as it looked at Zhou Hao. It was the same even though Zhou Hao was treating its injuries. After 10 minutes, Zhou Hao got up. From your memories, it looks like there are a total of 6 quasi-heaven realm foreign races in the 13th spatial rift. As long as we kill the remaining 5 quasi-heaven realm foreign races, the 13th spatial rift will be peaceful. Zhou Hao spoke slowly as he pondered. Chi. Hearing Zhou Hao's words, the red gold flame lion sneered in disdain. It was the weakest of the 6 quasi-heaven realm foreign races in this spatial rift. The reason why Zhou Hao and the others were able to injure it was because of the technology of the machine race. Otherwise, as long as a heaven realm expert did not participate in the battle, the other humans were simply not its match. Click! 100 platinum level energy bars also appeared in front of the red gold flame lion. What's this? The red gold flame lion spoke directly this time. You know how to speak. Zhou Hao was somewhat surprised. He thought that this guy was too stupid and only knew how to use mental strength to communicate. Now, it seemed that he was pretending to be cold. What's so hard about learning a mere human language? The red gold flame lion curled its lips in disdain, but it still looked at the rare level energy bars in front of it in surprise. What pure energy! Although the quantity is relatively small, the purity is very high. It almost doesn't need to be refined and can be directly used. What is this? As a quasi-heaven realm foreign race being in the spatial rift, the red gold flame lion could be said to be experienced and knowledgeable. However, it really did not know anything about the things in front of it. Chapter 290, Deal with the Red Gold Flame Lion. These are the resources I use during my daily cultivation. In the outside world, they are called synthesized crystals. I call them platinum level energy bars. And this is a rare level energy bar, Zhou Hao said as he placed a rare level energy bar in front of the red gold flame lion. Hiss! I didn't know humans had such treasures. The red gold flame lion's eyes widened. Together with its small body, it gave off a cute and stupid feeling. The platinum level energy bar was actually only 1 or 2 grades higher than the colored energy stone. However, the rare level energy bar Zhou Hao took out now was very powerful. The rare level energy bar actually contained rich essence energy. As long as you cooperate well, these cultivation resources will be yours. Zhou Hao now knew everything about the red gold flame lion. The red gold flame lion was a powerful race of demon beasts within the foreign races. However, this red gold flame lion had been abandoned when it was young. For a long time, it had lived a wandering life and had obtained all of its cultivation resources by working hard. It had never enjoyed any high-level resources in the foreign race world. That was why it was so surprised to see a rare level energy bar. However, humans are too weak. It's simply impossible for you guys to be a match for those 5. In front of them, your energy barrier and city defense is no different from a joke. The Red Gold Flame Lion also hoped that Zhou Hao could kill the other 5. I've investigated a portion of your memories through the Beast Control Ring. I only know that there are 5 other powerful Quasi-Heaven Realm foreign races in the 13th Spatial Rift. However, I don't know the exact information. I need your cooperation. Zhou Hao looked at the Red Gold Flame Lion. These foreign races were actually not united. While they fought the humans, the foreign races also fought constantly. After all, the foreign races pursued the survival of the fittest. For the sake of cultivation resources, not only would beings of different foreign races fight, but even beings belonging to the same foreign race would also fight. For example, the Red Gold Flame Lion had previously had a half-crippled lion group following it. But now, its lion group had been killed by a Quasi-Heaven Realm insect race expert, so the Red Gold Flame Lion had directly become a general without an army. Why should I cooperate with you? The Red Gold Flame Lion was very disdainful. Because Zhou Hao's strength was similar to its, and the Beast Control Ring had not formed an absolute suppression on it, there were many things in its memories that Zhou Hao still did not know about. It could even attempt to escape Zhou Hao's control if necessary. Of course, that would be very dangerous. It would even have a risk of dying. Unless it was absolutely necessary, it would not try to escape. Of course it's beneficial for you to work with me. I'll give you 30% of the resources we obtain every time we work together. Moreover, I can also provide you with additional platinum level energy bars and some rare level energy bars. Zhou Hao knew that if he wanted to work with this guy, he had to show his sincerity. There were also many benefits to cooperating with the Red Gold Flame Lion. In this way, they did not have to explore the 13th Spatial Rift by themselves. Moreover, with its help, they could also learn what they would need to do to completely take down the 13th Spatial Rift. I don't need 30% of the resources. I just want the energy bar. Every cooperation will cost you at least 1000 platinum level energy bars. The Red Gold Flame Lion was very greedy. It had to know that although it was very easy for Zhou Hao to obtain such platinum level energy bars, in the outside world, they were still sold for 3 million each. Of course, be it human martial artists or foreign races, after cultivating to the Quasi-Heaven Realm, the price of everything could no longer be measured with a small amount of money. Sure. Zhou Hao immediately nodded. Although the Red Gold Flame Lion was very greedy, greed had its benefits. It had asked for a lot this time. This meant that it needed the platinum level energy bar and was willing to cooperate. I don't just want platinum level energy bars, I also want rare level energy bars. The Red Gold Flame Lion wanted to continue asking for more, but Zhou Hao interrupted it this time. You don't have to think about the rare level energy bars for the time being. It's basically impossible to find it in the outside world. I don't even have enough for myself. Now, you can tell me about the Quasi-Heaven Realm foreign race being closest to the entrance of the spatial rift and its attitude towards the energy barrier at the entrance. After Zhou Hao finished speaking, he looked at the Red Gold Flame Lion. He had already expressed his sincerity just now. Now, he naturally had to see how sincere the Red Gold Flame Lion was.